Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to Football Inc. We hope you're all happy and healthy, doing the things you love, those you love doing. Johnny's wearing his club's t-shirt today. Looks sensational. Well done, Johnny. Guys, before we get into today, it's Friday. Happy season opener. The curtain raiser is but a couple of hours away. We're excited to see it. It's a wonderful day of transfer news, views, and clues. Lots of things happening in and around the world of football. Before I ask Johnny how he's doing, guys, a little bit of admin. As always, please do smash the like button like you mean it. If you enjoy the content, smash it out. Smash the granny out of the park. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's free to do. Rub the sub. You get instant access to the chat, and you get to be notified of whatever we're going live. Hit the notification bell as well. Double notifications, and hit the subscribe. Hit the comment section. Let us know where you're from, who you support, what's going on. Let us know your thoughts on the discussion. And finally, if you are interested in the audio version or the podcast version, if you're not watching this live and you'd rather watch it on Spotify, you can watch it on Spotify. You can listen to it on Apple Pods. Links are in the description, as too is the link for the fantasy football. It's the final few hours, guys. If you're watching this and you haven't yet joined our fantasy football league, then you can do it. There'll be some shirts and other prizes and goodies available as you go. But the market closes for open entries in a couple of hours' time. Literally, is before the first game. So there's your code right there, KOGV9C. Johnny, how are you, mate? You look fantastic as always, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, yeah. That shirt is Musings from a Football Fan. This is RB Leipzig, my team. Unfortunately, the Chinese aren't very good at understanding. No, I don't want anyone on the back. And I have Benjamin Sesko on the back, but hey ho. So this is RB Leipzig. I've also got my Athletic Bilbao shirt, which is an absolute beaut away, and I'm waiting for the others to come. I've ordered the Portsmouth, Cremonese, Mets. Yeah, I've got them all coming. I'm bloody hot today, Sean. Very, very hot. What a lovely way to start the Premier League. It's very exciting. I'm hoping it's far more competitive than it was last season. And I'm really, really hoping that the bottom of the Premier League is never a repeat of what it was last season, with just three teams more or less cut adrift.
Well, and the season before.
Yeah. I think, when you look at Leeds, Sunderland and Burnley, Burnley, considered to have a quieter window, yet they've signed 13 players. Sunderland absolutely smashing it, over £120 million spent. Leeds still going, buying more players with more to come in. I think it's going to be an exciting season.
100%, mate. Yeah, I hope that I wish well for Burnley, just not tomorrow. Big game for Tottenham. Big bombers are about to drop, according to lots of reports across the game, Johnny, across the Twitter sphere. I'm going to come to the chat and say hello as we go through. Guys, there's 350 people here already. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe. Johnny, let's start with the Savinho story, though, right? So Pep Guardiola in his pre-match press conference. Talk me through it. I still haven't seen it. I've been busy, but I've just had a chat about it. Are we thinking that it's just shenanigans? Is he trying to... Sorry, just give the context. He said that Savinho's out injured for 3 weeks. Is that a method of him explaining why he's been training alone and that he won't be part of the squad tomorrow? Or is it actually legit and that he actually is injured? And if so, does that in any way, shape or form disrupt Tottenham's pursuit of the guy?
I just think it's a very strange thing. Why wasn't this mentioned, first of all? Where we heard all the reports that, he's not going to get the minutes there. He wants the minutes, wants to be part of Ancelotti's team because Ancelotti, he was playing in the squad, regular squad member. Ancelotti comes in, first squad, drops Savinho. So he wants to be part of it. He's spoken to Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank has shown him the project. He wants to be part of it. Then all of a sudden, what do we get? We get told, we don't want him to go. He's going to be here for years. And by the way, he's injured. Why going on now that he's injured? Why didn't they say he was injured right from the start? Why have none of the press said, oh, and by the way, he's already injured, that will suit Spurs? Hello, Finland.
Hello, Finland.
Kotka. And I just think, why have they said this? Is it because they found out now that even if they sold him, it wouldn't enable them to buy Rodrigo and Donnarumma? It will push them over the edge. Not that they've already gone over the edge of FFP and PSR and every other rule that they've broken, all 115 of them. That this one, they might not be able to fudge because of all the purchases they made last January and the early days signings with Ryan Cherky, Reinders, El Nouri, and so on and so forth. So would this just push them right over the edge? So I don't know. I think there's a bit of I can smell. Can you smell that? I can.
Oh, I just think he's trying to explain why he's not in the first team squad and why he's training alone. I don't think there's any, I think if anything, personally, not that I've seen the actual interview or heard the context, but if it's just that, I think it leads into the idea that he's leaving the football club. I think it's a good sign rather than a bad sign, personally. But Johnny, I want to ask you this, mate, because I was just on George's show a minute ago, and I was just talking as I do, like freeballing with my thought processes, and something I think weird popped out that I hadn't thought of. And I think I'm going to have to do a video on it later on, about on Spurs Talk Show as well. But I want to ask you now, is this not, like, just work with me here for a second, the greatest game of dominoes and plate spinning that involves four football clubs and 3 players that intimately involves Tottenham Hotspur? Tottenham are after both Eze and Savinho, right? So work with me here. So Tottenham Hotspur are getting overcharged for Savinho to try to cover most of the cost of Manchester City's pursuit. You right?
Sorry, I nearly wet myself. With Paul O'Keefe's Bomba. Sorry, I should have just completely distracted you, Sean.
Oh, what happened?
He's just said Spurs have identified Piero Hincapié as the favoured left-sided centre-back. Sean, only what I've been asking for 3 years.
Mate, Tottenham have got money, bro. Tottenham have got money. Money.
Wait. When did we hear it on this channel 2.5 months ago? We're telling everybody Spurs have money. Don't listen to the naysayers. Money will.
It's all about the PSR. It's all about the FFP. It's all about the loopholes. It's all about the money.
Yeah, one-stop shop. Piero Hincapié, Ecuadorian, left centre-back, left back. He's got it all going on. And let's be honest, you know, if Mickey van der Ven gets injured, Hincapié is going to be there, right? Okay.
And this geezer right behind him, Johnny. Ezequiel Palacios. Come on, the Leverkusen Bomba. Let's go.
Listen, guys. If you're a Spurs fan, right, you know, we've been starved. We've been starved of all oxygen recently over the last few years. I think times are changing. I've been saying it. I've been on repeat that something is happening. I apologise, Sean, for jumping in on that one.
That's what I know. So it's well worth jumping. But if I may just finish my
yes,
you might end up hearing it and going, Sean, you're absolutely out of your mind, because I haven't had a chance to chew over it, but I think it makes sense, right? Or at least I think it's a bit of a weird one. So let's work on the notion that Palace want Harvey Elliott, that Rodrigo is potentially wanted by both Liverpool, Arsenal, and City.
Correct.
That Tottenham want Savinho, and that Arsenal and Tottenham want Eze.
Yeah.
Okay, we agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Tottenham are being priced out of the market, like ridiculously high sums, so that Tottenham end up paying for the majority of Manchester City's pursuit of Rodrigo.
Yeah.
And I'll ask the question at the start and come back to it at the end. The question is, should Tottenham go for Eze first or Savinho first? And here's the reason why it's a weird one. Because if Tottenham go and end up paying 75 million euros, whatever, 70 million quid for Savinho, so that Manchester City can be on the phone the second that they agree that deal and say, hey, Real Madrid, we'll take Rodrigo, you'll pay you 80 million quid. Then in so doing, Arsenal will know that Rodrigo has picked Manchester City, and we'll end up saying, well, in that case, because the rumours are from ITKs in the Arsenal fan base, if we'll go after Eze if we can't get hold of Rodrigo. That's our first choice. So if we pay up for Savinho to enable City to go and get Rodrigo, then Arsenal don't get Rodrigo, so they go after Eze. That cop blocks Tottenham's move for Eze, according to Arsenal fans who think the only reason that that Tottenham are going to get Eze is because we don't want him because we're waiting for Rodrigo. However, Liverpool, right, might not want to sell Harvey Elliott to Crystal Palace if they can't get Rodrigo. And they won't be able to get Rodrigo if Arsenal or City get Rodrigo, and City will get Rodrigo if we pay enough money to Savinho. If Crystal Palace can't get hold of Harvey Elliott because Harvey Elliott won't leave Liverpool until they can get hold of Rodrigo, then no one gets Eze because Eze won't be allowed to leave until Palace and Parish know that they're going to get Harvey
I might
Elliott.
need a map. Conspiracy theories. Look, listen.
You understand that the general logic
Yeah,
here
no,
is
listen.
like
There
it's
is
a
a lot of
spinning,
linkage.
ball juggling load of like
Lot of
who goes
dominoes.
first. It's a Mexican standoff, Johnny.
Yeah, there's a lot of dominoes. We've mentioned it before. When one goes down, the others could follow. I mean, look, Harvey Elliott going to Crystal Palace. Does he want Crystal Palace? Would he prefer my club, right? RB Leipzig, okay? If he goes to Crystal Palace, they will be trying to do a deal with Crystal Palace that includes Mark Gay, okay? So that deal is tied into that, okay? They've already done Leone, right? So that's that deal done. I don't think that Liverpool are going to go for Rodrigo. I think it's Manchester City, if anyone, that's going to go for Rodrigo. Manchester City are also been rumoured to be going after Xavi Simons and trying to hijack the Chelsea deal. There's so many links there. Obviously, Arsenal need to sell players to enable them to get hold of Eze. Trossard to Brentford has been rumoured. Trossard has been told there's no room for him at the inn. Reece Nelson still hasn't gone to Fulham. That one's like hanging about like a bad smell. And then you've got the rumours of Martinelli. But all said and done, Spurs can't be worrying about what all these other clubs are doing. They've got to concentrate on their own stuff, their own shit. And that is Eze and Savinho. We got to concentrate on the other stuff. We can't be worrying about if we are funding X, Y, and Z. Okay, we just can't. Spurs need to do the business. We know we want to listen, at the beginning of the transfer window, I turned around and I said to people, Spurs are looking for a right-sided winger, a midfielder, and a centre-back. And they go, what do you mean a centre-back? We don't need a centre-back. Why do we need a centre-back? Keep saying it, been saying it all the way through. And, if we pull off Savinho, Eze, and Hincapié, then I'm sorry. I think everyone's got to leave this protest alone, this planned protest. It becomes embarrassing because it's obvious, like I've been saying since March, end of March, when Charrington came in, that there is money coming into Spurs with their private equity background. Charrington's black book, Vinay of his private equity background and connections to Saudi Arabia and the Middle East. All the signs are there dressing up the board. So if that's happening, why haven't they announced it? Would you tell your neighbours or the guy you're going to buy the house from, you've just come into the hands of £300 million? No, you would just carry on like you're just average Joe trying to negotiate a normal deal. If you start telling people you've got a whole bunch of money to go and spend, it's all going to get sucked up. So I just think we got to go and get the deals done. And we just have the news that obviously Mr. Balloon himself, Mr. Happy Balloon, Bissouma, has been linked with Roma. I don't know how many deals Roma are going to do now because the Jadon Sancho deal to Roma, Bissouma to Roma, and there was one other one to Roma. Trying to think what the other one was now. Jadon Sancho, Basuma. There was one other that they were linked with. Can't quite remember.
They've been linked with, like, honest to God, I feel like they're Noel Edmonds, like deal or no deal. You know, they've got more deals on the go than Noel Edmonds right now, Mr. Blobby. By the way, guys, I want to say massive apologies. I haven't eaten all day, haven't had a chance to. I've been streaming, so please forgive me as a one-off. I'm going to be I'm so hungry, it's unbelievable. And I just got to sort of chow as we're eating this. But I'll put myself on mute so you don't hear the chomping noises. But for the visual effects, I do apologise. Johnny, I apologise to you as well.
If you could maybe send in some super chats to feed our my co-host because things are tough. Leon Bailey, that's the one. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys, in the chat. This is where you come in handy. Because sometimes we have a black hole and we can't remember a certain player. What have you got there, Sean? Eze deal is done. All that is left is approval from Marinakis. Very good. Very good. Very good. Listen, I've got to say, let's be honest. You know, from his cell somewhere underneath the City ground, Morgan Gibbs-White is probably, you know, thinking to himself, you know, I might have been held captive, but you know what? They're doing some serious business. I'm a massive fan of Amari Hutchinson. Always have been. When he was at Chelsea, I mentioned that I'd like my club to go for him. £25 million to Ipswich. They're looking to sell him for 37 million. I think there might be a small performance bonuses. He's a really, really good player. I really like him. Arnold Calamundo, and a player that Sean and I have spoken about many, many times from Rennes. That's a club that's been raped and pillaged by many. Oh, sorry, by many.
My club.
Yeah, they've been pillaged. 30 million euros. I think that's actually not a bad buy for 30 million euros, Sean.
No, 100%. I just realised what you said. So, yeah, we're demonetised already. So.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. Okay.
And then we got James McAtee, right, for 30 million. So Marinakis, you know, and there's the links also with Douglas Luiz, which are now gathering pace. I mean, they're looking like they could be doing 4 deals in the space of 2 or 3 days.
Do you think they'll get them all done, though?
I think they'll get 3 of them done, at least.
Which 3?
Amari Hutchinson, Calamundo, and McAtee.
They've got Douglas Luiz as well on the tracker, haven't they?
Correct.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest are really making moves. And, you know, I respect it. I do. I don't respect the chairman's sort of. I think he's one of these geezers that, you know, allegedly, you know, just does whatever he has to do, whether that's pushing the realms of the correct behaviour. But he certainly, if he's your chairman, he's the sort of chairman that you probably love, right? But if he's a rival chairman, he's not the sort of guy that you probably. It's very easy to find reasons to kind of call it out.
Do you think they're
Nottingham Forest get those 4 of those 5, mate, or 3 of those 4? They're a decent shout. I don't think they'll be Champions League this year, but I think they'll be a shout for the 8th spot, 7th spot.
Do you not think though that Forest this year could be the club that other fan bases hate on because of the business? You know, he's carrying on what he's done with Crystal Palace. Because even if you're not a Crystal Palace fan, this whole nonsense, you know, Marinakis making out he had nothing to do with it when he clearly was influencing UEFA with his contacts and the shenanigans going on with Leon and John Textor and his links there that they're all denying. But listen, it is what it is. They're going to be a strong side this season. No 2 ways about it. So we should wait and see. Now, Newcastle.
Quickly, mate, sorry, because I had to run down. Sorry, mate. I had to run down. I'm just changing the title. Spurs in for Hincapi. How like so this is Paul O'Keefe saying that, right? So
yeah,
Paul O'Keefe is he someone that
he gets told by people that know shit.
Do you think? Do you put him in the serious runs? I know everyone seems to, but like,
Well, some of the information that I get is from the same person that Paul O'Keefe gets.
Okay, fair enough.
Not all of it, because I have various people, obviously, but one of them is the same as Paul O'Keefe's. The difference is it's not my business to do what Paul O'Keefe does.
No, of course, yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah.
So we're giving credibility to the Piero Hincapié story, then, yeah.
I think he's a player of interest to both us and Chelsea. Shermanator in, big up Sherm, down in there in Brighton. He says, Johnny, despite what's being reported, Baleba was never leaving Brighton. We weren't believers, but a lot of Man United fans were.
Okay, so I saw someone else. Sorry, I'm a little bit I've been so slammed today. I saw someone else a minute ago saying United fans are in meltdown. Is that because of the Believer story they've been cold water?
I don't think he was ever leaving. I mean, listen, we know Brighton only. We've said it on this show. Brighton is a very organised club, and yes, they sell their players, and yes, they sell them for a lot of money, but they will only sell a player if they have a backup and a replacement. And they obviously don't feel that they have a backup at this moment, even for the money that may be being offered, or maybe Man United just can't do it at the moment. I think Brighton will have a very solid season. The coach, done a really, really good job. They start.
That's not a well-oiled machine, isn't it? It doesn't matter what coach comes in; they'll pluck the guy out of Icelandic football if they think he's the right guy. Maybe even the next iteration. The guy that was the Bodo manager that did so well. He was looked at by Brighton, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Remember him? I forget his name. But that guy's probably the next guy, the guy after the guy. He might be. We're getting cancelled. So you think Hincapié? Let's talk about it for a second, mate. If Tottenham, can go and get enough money together.
We're going into reverse. Go on.
What's that?
No, I said we're going back. Go on.
No, just looking at that. So I was out the door. Sorry. So,
right.
Hincapié, Eze, and
Savinho.
And Savinho. What's that going to cost? 200 million quid.
Yeah, not far. 160, 170 million. Yeah, euros maybe, pounds.
Do you think Tottenham have got that enough money? Whether it's from some injection of capital or whether it's from
we've got players to sell, Sean. We've got players to sell.
Haven't done so well doing that this year, though, have we?
No, Basuma's going to get about 20 million. Manor Solomon, 20 million. It's 40 million there. That brings it right down already.
Only if you get that money. There's no noise around Solomon, is there? And Bissouma. I mean, what were those rumours regarding Roma?
We'll have to wait and see. But I think money will be coming in, and players will be going. I think that Spurs definitely and without any doubt need a left-sided centre back. They have done for a long, long time. You cannot go to the Champions League and have one left-sided centre back. I'm sorry, it's just not on. And not only that, he's a brilliant left back. So, that's for me.
Hincapié for me absolutely smashes the granny out of solving both of those problems. There's nothing else to worry about then apart from your forward line. And then if you've got change after that, a 9, and then maybe go and get that kind of 8 role if you really have the money.
We're looking different gravy. One club, right?
Johnny, if you don't mind, can we just do this? Because I started the super chats and then we never got around. We got distracted by Marinakis. So just be real quick. Appreciate you very much for that one, Matt. Thank you so much. Daniel Hooson, big up to you, mate. Where is he, Johnny? Where is he?
Darkest Peru.
Big up to you, Daniel Hooson. He started the super sticker train, and with that, the super sticker train gets to you. Big up to you, Daniel, over there, mate. Thank you very much indeed. We've got 10 o'clock. Keep going. Let's get back to it. Thank you so much, Daniel. Appreciate you. Member for 2 months. We've only been going 2.5 months. 2 months. Thank you so much, Blaine. Another Bomba. Roma have made an official approach for Bissouma. That has been discussed. Thank you so much, Blaine, for your loyalty and your legendary status in the fan base, my man. We love you to pieces. And also he's come back in with another super chat saying, I'm donating to the Go Feed Me.
Yes.
So, Shawnee, appreciate you, mate.
Feeding live on Football Inc.
Live at the zoo.
One night only. Yeah, Sean is
Feeding time at the zoo. I apologise, everybody. Sorry, Johnny. Where were you going to go, mate? Thank you, Blaine.
If Uber Eats wants to come in and sponsor Sean, be my guest. No problem. Newcastle finally looking like they are going to do some business. Jacob Ramsey has agreed to join for £40 million. He's travelled for his medical as he really wanted to move to St James's Park. He's obviously not bothered that 17 other players have rejected the move. He's quite happy to get there. Now, are Newcastle finally going to get Jan Wissa?
It looks like it.
Yeah. I actually thought, you know what, Sean? I'll be honest with you, I thought Spurs might go in for him. I want to not keep going on for Spurs, but I thought Spurs would go for it. I would not be surprised if there's some last minute, attempt to sign a striker. Maybe a young striker, someone that's, maybe coming through, like our boy at Metz, Idris Gay, someone like that, Metz. Yep. Or I thought maybe we'd go for a Wissa if we really had the money.
Evan Gassand, even the guy Callum Windows going to Forest. It'd be interesting. Yeah. All those players we were linked with, we didn't get any of them. They've gone to competitors,
Yeah, I mean, I think, I think most Spurs fans can say that, we're not happy with the forward line. I don't think Richarlison or Solanke have impressed up front since they've been at the club. And, when you look at the fact that we spent like 130 million, 120 million on the pair, our return has been extremely poor. You 100%. Could have gone and bought a young kid and got a better result, let's be honest. But
Dusan Vlahovic might pop up in the Tottenham last
game. No. I think he's going to end up lastminute.com somewhere. Maybe somewhere in Saudi. Who knows? He could go anywhere. Could go anywhere, but I don't think it's going to go there. Manchester United, as we said before, Carlos Baleba, that's not going to happen. But Jadon Sancho looks like it's going to happen. Manchester United are, though, again, trying to get Sporting Lisbon's Morten Højlund. We like this player, don't we, Sean?
I love, mate. Morten Højlund's an absolute baller. Absolute baller.
I mean, he's half the price of a Baleba at 50 mil.
Yeah.
And I think, although I believe Baleba is going to be an absolute fantastic player, I think right now, £50 million for
almost 26, mate, and we know what 26-year-olds mean.
Yeah,
you're past it at 26 these days, according to.
Well, you're not.
I know you're not. We know you're not. But that's the world, the way the world is, right? If you're 21 and you're decent, you cost more than being 26 and being very good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Man United need experience in that midfield. And I think this would be a great signing for them if they move that direction. They were linked to him early in the transfer window, and then moved away, and then he's come back. So one player that was they tried to bundle him in a car and kidnap him and take him to AC Milan. He's made it out of the car, and he's now rumoured to be going potentially to Fulham. Now, it looks like Muniz is going to be going, and they're looking for a striker on loan. They've looked at a few. Rasmus Højlund is another one linked. What do you think? Do you think he should go back to Italy, Højlund, where... he had a very good season at Atalanta, or do you think he ploughs away at Fulham to try and and do the business. Muniz, as Andrew says,
He won't go. He won't go to Fulham.
Well, so where do you think he's going to go? Do you think he'll go to AC?
I think I think he thinks that he's made it. He said he wants to fight for his place.
Yeah,
it's like, I just think if you've gone to Manchester United, you haven't landed. Are you really? I mean, Fulham haven't done anything, mate. Fulham haven't done a thing in the transfer window.
I agree. And
it's a shocking window for them. Everybody else is improving. The 3 teams that have come up have made more of an effort than. Like, what are Fulham doing? By the way, we don't talk about them very much.
Well, there's
no transfer news, but like, just as a concept, like, what's going on there? Like, oh, I know, are there fans? I don't even know. Are there fans in uproar, or are they just okay? Is Marco Silva happy? Like, I just find the whole thing ridiculous. Everybody around them has improved, and the teams that have come up have thrown a lot of money behind it, and Fulham haven't done a thing. And I can't imagine that Oilers going to want to go there. No,
they can't even do Reece Nelson. I mean, even that deal seems to have ground to a halt.
Yeah.
How about someone like, I don't know, who else would they take? Who else would
Fulham go? What, for a strike if they lose Muniz?
Yeah. I mean, look, the other player that we haven't spoken about is Lookman. He still hasn't done that deal to Inter Milan. Maybe Arsenal come in and nick him. That would mean Atalanta's short of a player. Would he go back to Atalanta?
Rasmus Højlund. Yeah. I think Højlund would be okay going back. I think Atalanta are in Europe. They got things to fight for. They're a decent pedigree club. I think that Højlund's one of those people who thinks that he made it when he got to United. And he probably wouldn't fancy going on a loan. Again, not to take it back to Tottenham, but not dissimilar to like a Matisse Tell. A lot of Tottenham fans are saying, loan the guy out. I don't think Matisse, I think he's like Harrods Tupperware. I don't think he's going to want to go on loan to a team. He's left Bayern, he's gone to Tottenham, which is a down. And in the case of Højlund, left Atalanta, gone to Manchester United, not made it. Like going out on a loan after already having been at the club for a while. It's more of a loan for a sell rather than a loan to improve. And for me, for Højlund to go to Fulham, I think that's a downward step. He won't want to do that. Would he go back to Atalanta? I think he would, yeah. Because he was comfortable there.
And here's one, right? A really good one, right? Andy Lester and Martin Walton. Richie to go back and be reunited with his old Watford boss at Fulham.
Oh. I mean,
that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. I mean, whether or not he'd want to go, whether Spurs would want to sell him, even
on a loan deal.
No, it would have to be a permanent, wouldn't they? So at Spurs, it would be no interest in Spurs loaning him out, would it?
If it's a decent loan fee, he's still got 3 years on his contract, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, if they paid sort of 35 million, 40 million, they could use that money and go and buy another striker. I mean, that's actually a good shout, guys. The guys in the chat who have suggested that move.
But then where does Tottenham go to get their replacement? Who hasn't, in that domino effect of nines? Who's left to fall? There's Vlahovic, Osimhen's gone. Vissa's about to go.
Just said the Mets boy.
Yeah, but have we been linked with him? I don't think we've been linked with him, have we?
Well, you don't need to be linked with him, Sean. Go left field, don't you, mate? Huh?
What's his output?
Listen, you're talking about a manager that sees the potential. The manager who wanted Eze, the manager who says he wants Savinho, right? Because he's the type of guy. The manager that didn't play Brennan Johnson on Wednesday there because he didn't think he had what it took, which shocked everybody. I don't know.
Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Gueye's already been in the Premier League. He got 7 goals and 9 assists in 230 appearances in the Premier League.
I'm talking about the Mets boy, mate. The striker. Idris, what's his name? Gueye.
You said Idrissa Gueye, right?
No, the Mets striker, the 19-year-old.
Oh, hang on.
Sorry.
Hang on a minute.
While you're looking at that, Manchester United youngster Toby Collier is on the verge of leaving Old Trafford to complete a loan move to West Brom. Garnacho deal is still going on. It's like a stuck record to Chelsea. I'd laugh if that one fell through. And Anthony, that deal is still chugging away.
My bad. There's two Idrissa Gueys. One of them's at Everton, one of them's at Mets.
Yeah. It's the Mets boy, yeah?
The Mets one, yeah. So he scored 5 goals in Ligue 2. 5 goals.
But don't worry about the goal output, mate. He's going to be a player. I'm telling you, proper little player he is. But we shall see. Anyway, it was a good suggestion, guys. A very good suggestion. We shall see which happens to that. Liverpool have held final talks with Ibrahim Konate as they look to finally tie him down to a new contract amid interest from the likes of Real Madrid, PSG, and Chelsea. It's interesting because Chelsea keeps saying, "No, we don't need another centre back after Levi Colwill looked like he's out for weeks." We've seen the links to Hincapié. Now they're trying to jump on Konate, knowing that he's only got a year left. Liverpool, knowing that they are in trouble at the back if they don't sign someone, bought in Leone. That deal's more or less done. But they desperately need Mark Gahey. I don't think they can allow Konate to go, can they? I just don't see it. I just don't see it. They cannot have, even now having 3 centre-backs, it's not going to be enough.
Well, yeah, who have they got? So they've just signed Leone, who's ready but not ready for Liverpool.
Yeah. Gomez, who's always injured.
Gomez, right? Virgil van Disney.
Van Disney, and Konate's got 1 year left on his contract.
So they got 4, and they're saying Konate's not leaving, but they want to get in Gahey. 5 is for a back 4. You could make the argument that
no 3. Right, Gomez is always injured. Right, for a start, as it stands now, they've got Gomez always injured, Konate, right, who's twerking to leave, and Virgil van Dijk. Right, you can't have 3 centre backs. So in the last few games, they've had.
They just signed Leone though.
Yeah, but he's he's a young kid, isn't he? I mean, I'm not sure how many minutes.
He's very good. He's very, very.
He is very good. But what I'm saying is to throw him in right at the deep end when you're going for the Premier League.
Without the Leone signing, you absolutely couldn't sell Konate. But if you knew you were 100% going to get Gahey,
yeah, okay,
you may be able to do because then you'd be left with 4 centre backs. It's still not a lot. It's still not a lot. I hear you. Yeah. I hear you 100%.
Liverpool look fantastic from the midfield forward, right? They look fine on the flanks, right? No problem there with Frimpong, Kirkes, right? Fantastic, okay? But it's in the middle that they look a little bit vulnerable to me to an injury. But we shall see on that one. Where are we now?
Borussia Dortmund have submitted an offer, a loan offer with an option to buy to Manchester City for Claudio Echeverri. He has now several offers on the table, including Girona. Claudio Echeverri, mate, he's only played 1 game in the Premier League, but when I ran it because I think who was it I was talking to? Someone asked me about him before about Echeverri. I ran him through the Y-Scout when he was playing in his loan moves and that. He pardon the pun, but he does look like an Echeverri, very good prospect. And he's going to go to Borussia Dortmund on loan. Not a bad little move for him. Borussia Dortmund are great at developing players. Manchester City overrun with talent. Not a bad move, right?
No, not a bad move at all. Not a bad move at all. Aston Villa, who made a really slow start to everything. They're looking to sell players and whatever they got on for. They're trying to hold the fort at the moment, and that's Henry Fort. The right back for Barcelona. Now, we all know the mess that they're in at the moment, Barcelona, with the registration. They can't even register Marcus Rashford. There's Stegen, the goalkeeper. They try to pull a fast one there, saying he's injured and hit on a clause so they could register another goalkeeper. I don't know a lot about Hector Fort, I'll be honest with you. Right back. I can't say anything. But one player I do know plenty about is Marco Asensio. This seems like a good deal, Sean. 20 million euros on a 3-year contract.
Good player. It's a good player. I think he understands what Unai Emery wants out of him. He plays in that kind of that mold, a little bit of versatile guy that can take a player 1 or 2. Doesn't always play every minute, but when he does, I think his performances have always been very noticeable and notifiable. I think 20 million euros, not a bad bit of business. However, Johnny, we have to factor in here, how bad is Aston Villa's situation? I'm not I used to be all over the FFP thing, but I got a little bit bored of it and got distracted by doing clickbait stuff. And so I've sort of taken my foot off the but Morgan Rogers is apparently now of interest to Tottenham, according to the Daily Mail this morning. I know it's wild, but no, it's madness, mate. But we bring the news, right?
Yeah, listen, Sean, the only person that does worse clickbait than you, right, is the Daily Mail, right? Let's be honest.
The thumbnail might be clickbait, but the content is hopefully clickbait.
No, the content
hang around.
Guys, the content here is genuine. We discuss it. We discuss it with you guys. And see what's
going on. There's 915 people here, by the way. Unbelievable numbers for a Friday afternoon. Please do take the time to just drum the thumb, smash the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already. If you are watching but you'd like to chat and tell us that we're bozos, all you got to do is just rub the sub button and then it opens it up immediately for you to be able to come into the chat. So thank you for your support, guys. 915 people is crazy for a Friday afternoon. Sorry, John. But Morgan Rogers, mate, is there any chance he leaves Villa? Any chance at all?
I don't think Villa can afford to let him go. Okay, just don't see it. We've seen Ramsey go for 40 million. Bailey's going. There is still an outside chance that Emi Martinez will leave Villa. They need to bring players in. They made one very good signing. One of your favourite guys, if you remember who he was.
Who's my favourite player? Who's my favourite signing?
Oh, I said a favourite of yours that Villa signed. The striker. He's forgotten. Never mind.
Oh, Evan Gassan. Evan Gassan.
Yeah. Atletico Madrid have opened talks to sign Nico Gonzalez from Juventus. Discussions have started over a potential permanent deal, and it could unlock a new winger signing for Juve if it goes through. Juventus still haven't done Kolo Muani. Still haven't got rid of Vlahovic.
Yeah.
Are they clogged up a bit like Man United at the moment, or do you think...
they got rid of one, didn't they? They got rid of Timothy Weah to Marseille, but they needed to get rid of another one. Then there's now in order to finalise the move for Kolo Muani, and Fabrizio Romano came out and said, forget Tottenham, forget Newcastle. Muani's he's going to Juve. But in order for that to happen, they need a bit of money. And they need a squad space. And now there's rumours that they're going to sell Nico Gonzalez, who, by the way, is an absolute...
I'm amazed they're selling him. Yeah, but he's...
Yeah, I'm surprised they're selling him. He's a proper player.
Yeah, he's right up Atletico Madrid's strata.
Yeah.
He's a proper... yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. But listen, needs must, right? I'm surprised that's the make weight, though, in the deal. I think they more or less thought that Douglas Luiz would get out pretty quick and that...
And Dusan Vlahovic will be gone.
Yeah, Dusan Vlahovic, because they tried to accommodate any sort of deal they can get, even looked at cancelling his contract.
But what's going on there, mate? Why is it that if Juventus are so desperate to get one of these guys in, Kolo Muani in, why can't they get rid of Luiz or Vlahovic?
Well, we don't know the baggage. Within football, Sean, news travels fast about behaviour, right? And obviously, the news has travelled quickly about his performances, Douglas Luiz, because the Douglas Luiz that we saw at Villa disappeared when he got to Juventus for whatever reason, there's personal reasons, girlfriend, what have you. Yeah. Vlahovic is distant from the super striker we saw at Fiorentina. He's just fallen off a cliff. Does a manager feel that he can reawaken that goal machine that was there? That guy was great in the air. Where's he gone? Has he been softened by money? More than likely. But
of all the Premier League managers, I'd make the argument that someone like an Unai Emery could get the best out of Dusan Vlahovic.
David Moyes.
Well, David Moyes have just got. They've got Tiano Barry, and they've just signed. Who's the other one they just signed? Who's a baller?
They've got loads, mate. I've lost count how many signings that Everton have made, to be truthful with you.
Everton just signed. Everton just signed.
Bebe? No, not Bebe.
No,
It'll come to me.
Oh, maybe it hasn't gone through yet. They're just about to sign a second striker. Tiano Barry's one. Who's the other one? Chat, let us know. Who's the other one?
Can't remember the name of it. Can't remember the name.
No, not Grealish. They're about to sign someone else.
No.
Not Beto either.
They haven't done Hibbling yet. They're signing Leicester. Beto.
No. Beto was before. What's going on here?
Don't worry about it.
Carry on, Johnny. I'm going to find out who it was. Everton.
Right, Bayern Munich. Okay. We mentioned this before. Christopher Nkunku, right? Would anyone be willing to take the risk on him? Because he has not been the same player since he left RB Leipzig, my club, to go to Chelsea. But Bayern Munich, he remains one of the main targets for Bayern Munich's list of transfer targets. The international's considered ideal player to cover several positions at Man United. They've obviously lost Sane. They've also lost Tel. Not much of a loss, I would say, at this current stage. And Musiala's really bad injury has left a hole for them. They thought they were going to get Florian Wirtz. They did everything they could, spent a whole year on it, and he's gone to Liverpool, so they didn't get that. The player that they really desperately tried to get is Nick Woltemade, right? I don't know how many more bids they're going to have to make for the Stuttgart striker, but they've made 3 bids, and I think they're up to 50 or 55 million euros. I think Stuttgart have turned that down, and they are willing to agree a sale for 70 to 75 million euros. The transfer market's gone mad. I mean, if you watch the under-21s for Germany, Woltemade was like a standout for Germany. But 75 million euros, come on. You know, I mean, he's young. He's definitely going to be a player, no two ways about it. But surely 50, 60 million euros is more than enough, no? But they don't think so.
Well, what's the most important position in football?
Yeah.
Does age seem to be... Does youth seem to be a catalyst and an amplifier of value? Yes, it does. Has Woltemade banged them in Germany? Yes, he has. Did he outscore Sesko? Yes, he did. Like, Sesko's 85 million. I don't know, mate. Like, this is the thing. One club overpaying for a player, it sets a new precedent. And that's the point. That's the point I've been making about people saying, why do you care about Sesko going for 85 million? I was like, because everyone's now everyone's 15% more expensive now.
Well, it's
him, but there's a knock-on effect, right?
Ekitike started it off, and then they've used, RB Leipzig. You said, well, look, we're going to use that as our benchmark. If you think he's worth that, then that is the benchmark that we're going to set. And by the way, so Bayern Munich have also informed Jonah Kasari, who, if you saw him come on against Spurs when they routed us, he's in their plans for this season. They want to reject all loan offers for the young striker and get him to sign a brand new contract. But one player that is on his way, we've got to go to that expensive place, Sean. Oh, where's he gone?
Hang on. I'm back. I don't know what happened there. Super expensive place?
Super expensive.
Okay.
We're off to Saudi Arabia for the next part of the show.
So Bayern have finally given the green light for Kingsley Coleman to travel to finalise the move to Saudi Pro League club Al Nassr. The deal is almost done for a fee of under 30 million, with the French winger signing a 3-year contract. Are you a bit surprised that a player of that much talent is going there so early in his career? I mean, that obviously it works well for Bayern Munich. 30 million that will go towards, no doubt, Nick Woltemade or Christopher Nkunku. But I'm just
unbelievable talent. He's 29 years old, though. And I think that's sort of, I don't know how long he's got left in his contract, but he's a top player. He absolutely destroyed us. Destroyed us last week.
Yeah.
Amazing player. When Tottenham were linked with him in January, I think. And he's the sort of player that would just turn us down. If he's going to carry on, he's either going to go and catch his money or he's going to go somewhere better. But at 29 years old, no one wants these old boys anymore. They're not even that old, mate. At 29, he's not even someone that is like a Sonny that plays on the counter where pace is everything. He's someone that's fast, but that's not his main driver of value. It's his IQ, it's his intelligence, it's his ability to kind of break the offside track. All these random things that you get better at as you get older.
Well, you use your brain, don't you? Your football brain. It just gets better. Your legs go.
I can't believe that there wouldn't have been a better team, a better quality that was in for him for that price point. But he obviously went and got the money, and good luck to him. Go and get his bag. But like, he's a wonderful, wonderful player. But mate, look, it's another demonstration. By the way, just quickly, it was only 2 years ago that Tottenham got £100 million for Harry Kane, who was 30, right, or 31. So like, were we right to get ahead of that kind of transition?
Yeah,
so
listen, I don't think Spurs fans can complain about the money they got for Harry Kane. I know the prices have gone through the roof as we speak.
But not for 31-year-olds, they haven't, have they? Let's be honest, right? Like,
no, I think that's great money. When I look at the 20 million euros for Marco Asensio to Villa, and the 30 million euros for Kingsley Coman, I think they are two fantastic deals that have been done this summer. When you look at the prices being paid, Amari Hutchinson, I like him, but 37 million plus add-ons, pounds. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, Hutchinson was how much? 38 million quid? 37 million quid?
37.5 plus a couple of add-ons, plus two to Nottingham Forest. That's the price that looks like the deal's.
Okay, so let me ask you this then, Johnny. Who do you think's the better player? I know how much you love Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Tyler Dibbling or Hutchinson?
Well, price comparison, I'd go for Amari Hutchinson right now.
So is Hutchinson undervalued relative to the market that we're seeing? Is Dibbling overvalued, or is it about?
They're all overvalued, Sean. I think Amari Hutchinson is probably about 25 million, about what Ipswich paid for him from Chelsea, but they're going to look for a profit. Tyler Dibbling, in my opinion, fantastic talent, but he ain't worth £65 million.
Correct.
Right? In my opinion. Brentford. Selling plenty. Looked like they're gonna, and they finally got the player in. It looks like Dango Quintara to join Brentford. He'll join for 37 million fixed fee plus add-ons. Quintara wanted the move and he's now been given the green light to go ahead with his medical today. Probably should have been done already. Not a bad performance. When I seen him for Bournemouth, when he filled in up front, I think he did. I think when he filled in for Evan Nilsson was injured, I think, or banned, I can't remember. And he filled in up front and he did a very good job. So maybe Andrews, who's really up against it right now. I mean, they've lost half their coaching team. They've lost their captain. They've lost their main man, and Mbuemo. Looks like they're going to lose Wissa. Can Dango Quintara fill the void? I think not on his own, he can't. I think
he played 32 games for Brighton. He's got 7 goals, 4 assists last season. Sorry, for Bournemouth. Bournemouth. 7 goals and 4 assists. So 11 in 32. So it's a 1 in 3. But the guy's played a lot of minutes. He played the majority of his minutes as centre forward, but he's played a lot of minutes as a left wing, right wing, and as a left midfielder, and a sort of subsection at right midfield. He got 2 goals in 4 games in the FA Cup. 2,200 minutes to get 13 GA in 37. If you crunch those numbers down on a per minute basis, he's actually incredibly valuable, mate. And I think he's a really smart signing. So do I. Yeah, really good signing.
Yeah, and when you look at the prices being paid for others, I think it's a smart bit of business. I really do, because I think those numbers as a fudge, as I said, like the amount of times he played on the wing or in midfield, he switched up front, when there was injuries to help him out. They're a team, Bournemouth, sat on bundles and bundles of cash, but they desperately need some players, and we'll see tonight.
I don't think they're going to be able to spend that money, mate. I don't think they have the draw yet. And I think that they might end up getting sucked back down. I'm not saying relegation can't. We spoke about this 100 times over the last 2
Great
months.
manager, though. The thing is, Iriola is a great manager and a great spotter of talent. Now, to bring in Kirkes, to bring in Huijsen and Zabani, and to have them all go out to clubs like Real Madrid, PSG, and Liverpool, says that their scouting is absolutely top drawer. It's not like they've left for lower league clubs. And if they can repeat 50-60% of what they did with that scouting, not to mention Justin Kluivert and some of the others, Evan Nilsson, look, they sold Solanke to us for 65 million. He's not produced 65 million pounds worth of football yet. What did they do? They went and bought Evan Nilsson. They went and bought players for very little with that money, and they've got an even better return. So let's wait and see. But right now, I think tonight might be an interesting to see what sort of state Bournemouth are when they play Liverpool tonight.
Yeah, I fear for them, mate. I think they might get their asses spanked a little bit. But we shall see. Just quickly on that Dango Watara, how you say it?
Guys, if you're in the chat, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, guys, because so many of you come in here, you've watched it, we love it. Hit the subscribe button, please, guys. Doesn't cost any money, but it helps the channel grow. We're on the way to 5,000 subscribers in just over 2.5 months. We couldn't do it without you. So hit that button. Tell us which country you're here from and which club you're supporting. Sorry, Sean, carry on, mate.
That's all right. Yeah, on that guy Dango, the first name's easier than the second name.
Did you say Dango Unchained?
He's going to be unchained, hopefully for his new club if it all goes through. But he is from Burkina Faso. I was just wondering whether or not they are playing in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, and they are. Johnny, just quickly, there was a massive debate that took place on Twitter. And it wouldn't have been unless you follow certain sort of threads, it wouldn't have probably popped up. There was some guy that said, just quietly, Africa develops and creates and cultivates more footballing talent than Europe does. They just don't have the resources to be able to develop them. Mm-hmm. If they did, they would end up with a far better ecosystem and a far more success than is represented. And I've got to be entirely honest, mate. Like these clubs, like Brighton, Bournemouth, these guys their owners are all looking, if they haven't already, they're starting to get involved in, if not necessarily owning football teams in that region, setting up like centers of excellence in certain parts like Nigeria and South Africa, etc. Yeah. And I think there's a logic there to say, like, because of Brexit, we now have access to South America market that we used to have to wait for them to come into Portugal or Spain, and then they get the money and we overpay, etc. Like, it wouldn't be a bad idea for some of these European teams that have got money and ambition to go and set up centers of excellence in certain parts of Africa, because I think the argument is true. Africa sort of cultivates a phenomenal amount of talent, but that it takes Europe to get them out of their raw talent into potential, right?
Well, when you look back over the years, I mean, I remember Park playing for Man United. He was the only Korean like you ever thought you'd ever see. And now that's brought in the floods of Koreans coming to the country. The Japanese who've started to come in. South Americans speak for themselves. But, there's always been African players. But you're quite right. There's probably an abundance of African talent that falls at a final hurdle or doesn't get passed or doesn't get spotted to be developed and brought forward. There's obviously infrastructure in place. Otherwise, you wouldn't get your likes of your Papa Sarrs and all the rest of it coming, from Senegal, going out to France and what have you.
I think it's starting. I think it's getting there, but it's probably still sort of 10, 15 years, 20, maybe a generation behind the kind of resources that are in place in Europe. But I think that's if you're looking for untapped gold mines of opportunity, Africa probably is still the place to go, because their physicality, their natural physicality and strength, and the skill sets are very honeable, and their intelligence is obviously very much. I mean, some of the smartest players, smartest minds in football have African descent. So I just feel like there has to be more attention placed in that zone in the future. Just a little side thought.
Yeah, I can understand that. Let's move just quickly to Napoli. Napoli are optimistic of finalising the Joanalou transfer deal, with the agreement now at the final stages. Details are all being sorted with Sevilla over this deal structure and a sell-on clause. But the player's intention is clear. He only wants Napoli, despite Premier League interest. Now, I thought he might end up in the Premier League, mate. I'm a bit surprised, but obviously, he's decided, his head's been turned. Conte's obviously, sold him the story. We won it last year. We're going to be in the Champions League. I'm not sure which clubs in the Premier League actually went for him, but he was linked to moves to the Premier League. So we'll watch that one with interest.
Have you seen Rico Lewis is going to go to Nottingham Forest as well? Have we spoken about that one already?
No, we haven't.
Nottingham Forest now want Rico Lewis from Manchester City. He's valued at £30 million.
3 deals in a day. Douglas Luiz looks like they're pushing for that. Now Rico Lewis is another one. Morgan Gibbs-White will soon be able to be let out.
Mate, listen, if Forest do like a 6 for Bomba over the next 72 hours, which is how many players they're linked with, like, what's going on? Where's Marinakis getting this? Is Marinakis getting the money from John Textor?
I don't know, but
taking the money from Leon. What's going on, mate?
Do you remember when they first came in, Nottingham Forest, into the league, and they signed about 16 players?
Yeah,
right?
they're doing it again.
They didn't know where to put them all, and they realised that the majority of them were absolute toilet. Those guys got sacked, and then Edu's come in. Now, Edu is a very smart cookie, obviously poached from Arsenal as their director of football. Marinakis brought him in because he wanted him to be director of football of Forest and Olympiacos. And if he gets in bed with John Textor, as rumoured with Botafogo and others, he will be involved there again. Don't forget, we're also forgetting the fact that they bought Cunha, the centre-back, and they bought Igor Jesus as well from Botafogo, who you might have seen in the Club World Cup. Really looking back. I looked at putting Igor Jesus in my fantasy football team, but tonight I changed it just to. Are you
going to get your fantasy football team up? Have you made your decision? Have you got a final team there?
I've got a team. Are you
going to show us? You're going to show us, or we have to wait until after the deadline?
I could show you. Or should I wait? Should we wait?
I'll show you mine if you show me yours. How about that?
Been a long time since someone said that to me. Hang on a second. Not since I was at McDonald's last month. Hang on a second. Let me see.
I'll show you mine. I think
if you're in the chat and you haven't hit the like button, smash the granny out the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Okay, here we go. I shall reveal all. I think it's only fair. 1 second. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Right, so I'll show you my fantasy team. I shouldn't really be showing anybody, really, but okay. So, in goal, I'll read my team. In goal, Kelleher. At the back, Mickey van der Ven, Frimpong, Cucurella. In the middle of the park, Kudos, Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz, Cole Palmer, Rangers, Gyökeres, and Yao Pedro up front. And on my bench, I have Dubravka, Mark Gahey, Wan-Bissaka, and Esteve from Burnley. And we noticed that Sean has exited stage right. I don't know where he's gone, but we'll carry on. We'll carry on going. I've got no idea where he's gone to. Let's read out some other stories. Real Madrid, Franco Masterano on choosing Real Madrid over PSG. It's true. Many clubs spoke to me and I thank them. I also spoke to Luis Enrique and I thank him. But Xavi Alonso then called me and it was very, very convincing. I love that story. I can't wait to work for him. So that's from the Real Madrid official site where he's going to be paraded. West Ham, interesting. Not a lot of great news coming out of there. Callum Wilson obviously signed. Don't think it'd be long before he's injured. Edson Alvarez, the Mexican international midfielder, is set to leave West Ham this summer, with several clubs showing an interest in him. I think they need to get players in. I don't know about letting players go, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that one. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. He obviously popped off to get another burger. I
just tried to share my screen, and the whole computer just switched off. I don't know what's going on, but no idea.
No idea, Shawnee. So, well, let's hear yours.
I'm going to try and show you right now. Here we go. Bring it up on the screen. This is the team that's going to win you a lot of points. So you got to beat this one.
Go on then.
Verbruggen in goal.
Yeah.
This is basically my starting iteration, but let's just got to consider who we're playing. Wan-Bissaka, Murillo, and Fofana.
Yeah.
Ndai, Adingra, sorry. Check this out, though. How have I managed to get Palmer, Mo Salah, and Haaland in the same team alongside Cherky, Strand Larsen, Adingra, and Ndai Fofana? This is a team that's going to win me points. On the bench, I've got Dubravka. If you haven't got Dubravka on your subs bench, you're a madman. Soler, Mark Gahey, and Mark Gui. It's a team that's going to terrify you guys, and you'll see exactly what I mean when it comes to the roundup on Monday or Tuesday when we do the FPL early doors. It's going to get absolutely spicy in the FPL team. I know what I'm doing in this game. I'm a guy that's thinking 7 games ahead, mate. 5-6 weeks ahead. It's taking me a long time to land on this, and you guys are going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. It was worth my computer crashing just so I could show you exactly what you're up against.
I'm quite comfortable with mine, to be honest with you. Kelleher in goal, Van der Ven, Frimpong, Cucurella, Kudos, Salah, Wirtz, Palmer, Rangers, right? There'll be no Santa this year. He's playing for City. Gyökeres, João Pedro, Mark Gahey, Dubravka, Wan-Bissaka, and Esteve. Yeah, there's a team.
Oh, I haven't done my... It's not too late, is it? I haven't done my captain. Have I screwed up? Is it too late? Is it too late?
No, you might be all right. You might be all right.
I've got to change the captain.
Who have you made captain?
Oh, I've screwed up massively. Strand Larsen's my captain. What have I done there? He's against Man City as well. He's not going to score enough goals for me.
Hang on, you got time, haven't you?
Have I screwed up?
No, I don't think so. I think there's still time. If you haven't done your fantasy football,
20 minutes. Thank you for letting me know in the chat. Let me change the captain.
Okay. Guys, if you're in the chat and you want to join the Fantasy Football League, Sean is going to pop it up in a minute. And
I am just making him. Make my man captain first. 1 second. How do I change the captain?
Don't worry about the show, Sean.
I'll do it. Well, the show's going to be going on at 5. It's got to be. How do I change the captain?
The show must go on. Yes. So, what do we think in the chat tonight? Liverpool versus Bournemouth. First game up. There's going to be obviously an emotional tribute to Diogo Jota. It's going to be moving, no doubt. The Liverpool fans will have, no doubt, a beautiful tifo in his honour. I think I went for a 3-0 win tonight. I don't know. What are you guys thinking in the chat tonight? Liverpool v Bournemouth. What are you thinking?
I went 4-0, mate. I went 4-0.
I went 3-0, 4-0, 3-1, 3-1, big dippers, bin dippers. If you're driving up there tonight, make sure you park somewhere safe.
Let me get the
We love Liverpool. Only joking.
Let me get the link one more time, guys. But after I've just shown you all what my team is like for the time being. And like I say, I'm always thinking 5 games ahead. You madmen if you don't. If you're just going 1 game at a time, madness. But if you want to participate, there is the link right there. You've got 14 minutes to be able to join, and after that,
I think you got time to join. You got time to join, but you won't be able to change your team, right? But you got 40 minutes to join and do your team. Right, but you can join up until kickoff, right?
Up until kickoff, yeah. Up until kickoff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Super chat. We've got some super chats. Steve T says Frank can't do it all in one window. Choo to you, Steve. He can't, mate. He can do a bit more than we have, though. And that's over to the powers that be. Thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate you. Ulrika Johnson out of the bathtub over in Australia. Put your G&T down, dry your bits, and we're picking you up on the Super Sticker train. Choo to you as well, Ulrika. Appreciate you. And Daniel Husen, where is Husen?
Well, darkest Peru, Sean. We need a little Peruvian. We need a Peruvian pipe. Peruvian mountain music we need.
100%. We'll get a mountain goat dancing across
the llama going past. We need a llama walking past, right?
Just walks past and just looks at the camera and then carries on walking past again. I'll sort that out for next week. Big up to you, Daniel. Got to get things done soon, including a striker. This 100%. Is not helping Tommy the Tank Engine. 100% indeed. Johnny, is there anything else we need to go through, mate?
Well, 300 million. Liverpool have now spent 300 million pounds. Will they go ahead and do Alexander Isak?
Yeah.
You think? Yeah.
Or what do you think? I think Newcastle will have to, unless Newcastle's owners want to go like, screw him, let him rot. I think that like, unfortunately, this new iteration of player power, mate, where people don't want to rock up to work anymore because they've decided they want to work somewhere else and they feel like they're being imprisoned. I think it's disgusting, but it's like there's new versions of it, right? Everyone's like, oh, boss, I'm not really kind of like match fit in terms of my mentality, or people like, you know, I'll never play for you again. Any of that stuff, it's all engineering. It's all selfish and it's all disrespectful to the people that pay your wages. But it seems to have happened like 4 or 5 times with big transfers in the last few weeks. And I'm not a fan of it at all. But seems like that's the way to go. I think that seems the way to force your move that you want. But I don't like it.
Chelsea playing hardball with Borussia Dortmund. Do you think Carney Chukwuemeka is? You know, I couldn't understand why he left to go to Chelsea to sit in no man's land, and he didn't get a game, and he was chucked out to Borussia Dortmund. Only had about 17 appearances. They've come in and offered a loan with an obligation to buy for 15 million, and Chelsea have said no, I'm not interested. We might have got him on a free, but we're not interested. And we want £40 million. I mean, they have an ability, Chelsea, to get money, but there's no way he's worth £40 million. Not a chance. I mean, he can't play for Chelsea. He only played 17 times. I'm not even sure they were all full starting times.
No, bench periods.
Yeah, but £40 million. I think they're just taking the piss of all of them.
Too much money in football, mate. That's the problem.
Yeah, one manager who thinks that he still needs more players and he's been doing great business is David Moyes. I think we're going to see a really good Everton this season. And probably the biggest surprise of the transfer window, I think, must go to Sunderland, who have agreed now a fee in the last couple of hours for Mukiele, the Paris Saint-Germain defender, Nordi Makiawe, for £12 million. Plus £2.5 million add-on. It's a French international. Takes their spending to £150 million.
Yeah, fair play to them.
I think the one that glues all that together is Granit Xhaka. I think, you know, without Granit Xhaka, you've got a lot of signings being made, maybe no cohesion, but he's definitely the guy to lead the pack and do some things for Sunderland. We should do a prediction maybe next week, Sean, of where we think 1 to 6, top 6, bottom 3.
Yeah, we'll do the whole Premier League.
Yeah,
we'll do the whole Premier League, whether that's on a live stream or whether it should be on an upload. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I think that the predictions game that we do should probably be uploads rather than live part of the live stream show, because the live stream show is busy enough. But we'll talk about that backstage. Any other transfers, mate, or should we? I
think we got the super chats. We got some more super chats.
I've done them. Oh, yeah, one more. Lazy Spurs fan, big up to you, my man. Thank you very much indeed.
Not that's a super sticker. I think it's a super sticker. It is indeed. Thank you very much indeed. No, it's a super chat, but without a comment. So we'll call it a super sticker. Choo choo to you, lazy Spurs fan. Choo choo to all of you guys. It's been a wonderful show. There's been 950 people here the entire show, apart from the last 5 minutes, and we really appreciate you all. That's it, guys. We're about to go. It's the Premier season. The Premier League season kicks off in 2 hours, or not even that, an hour and a half. Can't wait.
Exciting stuff. And, you know, Football Inc. is going to be there covering the games, talking about the games. We'll be moving into the next phase of Football Inc. over the course of the season. We'll be talking about our clubs. My club, Athletic Bilbao, I've got a game against, I think, Valencia on the weekend. Obviously, we'll be following the fortunes of Cremonese, Elche, RB Leipzig, Athletic Bilbao, Metz. Who have you got? Hamburg. Who else have you got? Rennes.
Hamburg, Elche, Rennes, and
Portsmouth and Birmingham.
And I also got an Italian team, which is
Roma.
5 teams, 5 shirts. None of them fit, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is.
Guys,
Jonny, massive shout out to you, mate. Massive thank you to everyone for being here. I'm going to go and do some. I've got to finish my dinner. I'm starving. Sorry for eating on stream, but you know what? Boys got to do what a boy's got to do. Jonny, it's goodbye from this man.
And goodbye from him.
See you tomorrow, guys. Good luck to your team.
Football fans, enjoy the weekend. It's what
We're back, baby. Premier League is back. See you tomorrow. Oh, wait, there's a last super chat. Sorry. Last super chat. Cat Funt. Pick up to you. Barman, some cheesy chips over there for Sean, please, mate. The poor boy is starving. Appreciate you, Cat Funt.
Uber Eats is on its way. Uber Eats is on its way. Guys, thanks very much. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button on the way out. Tell us where you're from. Tell us who you support. And we will see you soon. Thanks a lot.
See you guys. Ciao. Bye.